Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are picking my November TBR using our TBR jar. We're going to do a quick recap on October, because if you watch my channel regularly and if you watch the last TBR, you'll know that it has been my mission to complete a monthly TBR for months. I've never completed a monthly TBR and it was getting to me. So last month I only put 6 books on the TBR because I was like, I am going to finish my monthly TBR this month. At this present moment we have 5 days left of October. I've read 5 out of 6 of the books on my monthly TBR and I'm 30% in to the 6th book with 5 days left. Guys, I'm gonna say it right now, I will complete this TBR. I'm planning on finishing Bride, which is the last book I'm reading this month of the TBR. I'm planning on finishing that tomorrow. I've finally completed a monthly TBR and I am so proud of myself, and I think it really helped that I only put 6 books on there this month, because I have actually read 9 or 10 books this month, but only putting 6 on my actual TBR left me room for mood reading as well, which I think was really good, because then you're not like stuck and forced to read just those books, and then if you're not in the mood for any of those books it's not fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick 6 again this month, and I do have some idea of some books that I want on the TBR, but other than that, like I don't have 6 books that I definitely want to get on. I just have a few options. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm really proud of myself. We finally completed one of these TBRs and hopefully that carries on into November. So without further ado, I'm just going to pick the first prompt. That's 2. Okay. Okay. I think I know what I can put for this one. A book that's been on a previous TBR. Now, there's actually 2 that I know I can put on for this one. So 2 options that I definitely have are Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross and Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, very similar author names. And I'm absolutely 100% sure that both of those have been on previous TBRs. I'm just going to double check if there's any others around that I want to read. I am going to put Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros on for this prompt because, believe it or not, this was actually one of the books that I had picked out that I want to read this month. It's been over a year since I read Fourth Wing, and I'm gonna have to look up a summary of the first book because I don't remember everything that happened. I remember how it ended because that was a shock, but I think I've been putting this one off because I heard some mixed reviews in the beginning, especially people just saying that it wasn't as good as Fourth Wing, which obviously puts you off reading a book. However, recently I've watched like a couple of videos of people reading this book and they've really enjoyed it, so it's made me want to pick it up all over again. So if you don't know, Fourth Wing is about a girl called Violet who goes to this school for she learns to ride dragons and be a warrior basically, and there's also a romance in the book between Violet and Xaden. So this is 623 pages, so it's quite a long one, but I feel like I'm ready for it now, and hopefully I don't dislike this. Fingers crossed. Okay, book 1 has been chosen. Prompt 2. I keep picking up like 10. Oh, okay, so this most likely is going to be a special edition, a hardback with a design on the naked hardcover. Okay, so I am subscribed to both Fairy Loot. I get the Fairy Loot Romantasy adult and YA books, and also I get the Illumicrate box every month, so I will definitely have options for this. I'm just gonna have to go through and see which one I want to read the most. Also, Spectacular by Stephanie Garber just came out, and this one does have a design on the hardcover, but this is set around Christmas time. I do really want to read it, but I think I'm going to save it for December because, like I said, it is set around Christmas, so I'm going to save that one. Okay, we have The Coven by Harper L. Woods. This was this month's Romantasy book, I believe. yeah, this was this month's Fairy Loot Romantasy book, and it is a very short romance, and I'm in fantasy romance, and I do really want to read that one. Okay, this is The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, who I think is the author of, or one of the authors of, Twin Crowns, and I've seen this book going around everywhere recently as well, and I feel like it's going to be really good. I've actually just immediately changed my mind, and I'm going to put Spectacular on here by Stephanie Garber. Like I said, this is a new release novella that follows the Caraval trilogy. It's book 3.5. It is set around Christmas, but November is close to Christmas, and I don't feel like there's any of my special editions that I want to read more than this right now. So I'm choosing Spectacular. Okay, prompt number 3 is oh, interesting. Prompt 3 says YA. So just any YA book. Since finishing the Natural series, there is actually a YA series that I've been meaning to continue, and that is the Inheritance Games series. And this is book 2, The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a YA murder mystery. I read the Inheritance Games a while ago, so again I'm gonna have to look up a review, a summary for the first book. But I do really want to continue this series. Reading the Natural series made me remember how much I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes' writing, so I definitely want to finish out this series. So we're gonna put The Hawthorne Legacy on here. If you don't know what this series is about, the first book follows a girl called Avery, yeah, and she basically randomly gets this letter from this dude saying she inherited all of his money after he died, and she's never met this man. He doesn't know her, she doesn't know him, and there's 4 grandsons that basically are like furious that she has got this inheritance instead of them, and it's sort of like a mystery to figure out why Avery was left this inheritance. But yeah, the first book was really good, and I'm hoping that this one is just as good. Okay, prompt 4. Oh, okay. We have one word title. The question is, does the count? The something. Does the count as a word? Okay, I actually have 2 options for this one, and those are Light Lark by Alex Aster and Vicious by V. Schwab. Both are fantasies. Now that I think this is YA, I could have put this one on here. That's annoying. Also, we have Spectacular, that was a 1-word title, but that's been taken. Out of these 2, I think I'm going to go for Vicious, just because this was on my 24 books to read in 2024, and I need to get to it. And also, I just have heard incredible things, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet. This follows 2 guys called Victor and Eli, and I'm pretty sure they were best friends, and then something happens and they are now enemies, and I'm pretty sure they have like supernatural, or not supernatural, like just magical powers. I don't know how it happens, I don't know what the powers are, but yeah, I've heard incredible things about this, and this is only a duology, so if I do really love this one, it'll be easy to finish out the series. I have 3 fantasies and 1 YA murder mystery so far. I feel like it's going to be mostly fantasies. Anyway, prompt 5. Prompt 5 is Thriller Cart, and that is just literally any book that is on my Thriller Cart, and I know exactly which book I'm going to choose because I got one off my Thriller Cart earlier, and that is The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden. This is Freida McFadden's newest release. It follows a girl called Sydney in New York, and I'm pretty sure she's dating a serial killer, but I'm not going to read the blurb because I don't want to know anything else. I love going into Freida McFadden books blind. I think this will be my 10th Freida McFadden book, and I just really want to pick this one up, so yes, can't wait for that. Okay, final prompt. There is one more book that I really want to get on this TBR. Hopefully the prompt works. Okay, 2024 release. This is literally perfect, and I promise this is not rigged, but we have Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This book was previously indie published, however it got traditionally published this year, and this was released this year. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to see, but it says 2024. I literally just bought this book the other day, and yeah, I've been hearing controversial things about this one recently. I think when it was indie published, it was longer and had more scenes in it, and some people who have read both editions say that the scenes shouldn't have been cut out and it isn't as good with the scenes cut out. And then other people that I've seen have read both books say that the indie published version was too long, and so the edits were good and made it shorter and just better paced. But I've just had really mixed things, honestly. So I don't know how I'm gonna fare with it, but it's beautiful and I've wanted to read this for a really long time, so I'm glad I finally got this on the TBR. This is a new adult fantasy. It has dragons in it. It says it follows a girl called Eowyn who was imprisoned by her father, who was the king, and I think she allies with someone from a different kingdom to go against her father. I am pretty sure. That is very vague. I only briefly looked at the synopsis, but yes, there is one thing that I'm gonna do that's gonna be cheating, but I don't care because it's my video. I think I want to swap out Spectacular. I just really feel like it's gonna be best if I read this in December. Like, look, it's a gingerbread man. Like, it's so holiday themed. And I just feel like I need to read this in December. I don't think I'm going to have the same feelings if I read it in November. Like, look. So I think I'm going to have to swap this one out. I'm going to choose a different prompt and we're going to use one swap, okay? I'm allowed to do it because I make the rules. Oh no. Okay. So the new prompt is dark cover, which would also work for Spectacular, but I don't want to choose Spectacular. Okay, I think for this one I'm going to choose Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney, which is a thriller. It says it follows Adam and Amelia, who are spending the weekend in the Scottish Highlands. The remote location is perfect for what they have planned, but when their romantic trip takes a dark turn, they both start to wonder, can they trust the one they're with? Because every couple tells little white lies. Only for Adam and Amelia, the truth is far more dangerous. I've just heard great things about Rock Paper Scissors. This will be my first Alice Feeney book, although I do own a couple. But yeah, I feel like this is much better suited because we already have 3 fantasy books on this TBR. One YA murder mystery, a Frida McFadden thriller, and now another thriller, and I just feel like that's much better suited than having a Spectacular on there as well, which would be the 4th fantasy, and also it's set around Christmas. So Spectacular will be read, but in December, not in November. So that means that these are the final picks. We have Fear the Flames, Iron Flame, ironic, The Hawthorne Legacy, Vicious, The Boyfriend, and Rock Paper Scissors. I feel like this is a great TBR, and hopefully I can read it again like I did this month. But yes, let me know what's on your TBR, or if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.